So that's really the type of use case for social search.
Okay, thank you. I guess, do you, the Korea team, do you guys want to also touch on the 4C target set as well?
Yeah.
Nish and Tarun?
Yeah.
Actually, it would be fine because after we set up, after we try to set up the campaign, then we need more help, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. So I just will take a few minutes only on this concept called 4C target sets.
Okay, thank
So
you.
we talked to you about what affinities were. And 4C target sets is really an initiative that we take for you as a company, especially when you have a certain persona or a target group in mind. What we start doing research on is saying, what do members of this target group consume? It's quite an extensive process. It takes us 4 to 5 days to create one target set like this. But essentially, there's a massive research activity we do where we look for online behavioral trends. We look at what people in this category are looking at, etc. And through this process, we start putting together a basket of affinities. And then there are certain data processes that we run in the background before such target sets are available to you to activate against. This type of target sets are very, very useful, especially when you're wanting to run long-term, always-on campaigns. It could be you want to activate using this against a reach and frequency buy, for example. I'll give you cases out of the CPG world where this has happened. Markets like Indonesia, India, other markets where there are very large volumes of customers. And the choice most agencies had was when Facebook says do reach and frequency, they run reach and frequency against a fairly broad demographic audience with some behavior and interest thrown in, but it doesn't narrow it down. It's pretty large. So for certain brands like L'Oreal, etc., we've looked at people. So L'Oreal is all about face and facial beauty and cosmetics, etc., and they've had variations across ages. So we've created target sets like this for markets like India, for Indonesia, where a brand can then activate against that target set. So therefore, instead of trying to do reach and frequency against, say, 45 million people, I may run reach and frequency around 20 million people. But the point is, I'm firstly going after a pre-optimized audience, and therefore I'm reaching that audience at a certain reach and frequency. So that works well. 4C target sets have also performed very well for acquisition campaigns, right? Whether it's credit card acquisition or RSVPs for events, or in the case of App Annie, for them to find people who will convert and consume their content data, stuff like that. So target sets can be used at the upper end of the funnel. Target sets, when you use at the upper end of the funnel in the acquisition process, when it drives more relevant audiences to your website and you can track that, you then create website custom audiences or lookalike audiences using data that has come, which is driven through affinity targeting. And that helps you get better remarketing performance and overall brings down your cost of acquisition. So again, just for clarity, I would use 4C target sets, both reach and frequency buy or brand awareness for any of these types of campaigns. I would use it in conjunction with a remarketing campaign, especially when we are starting with a clean slate, right? That means like in a travel instance, when they ran affinity targeting for a couple of months and then created website custom audiences and then lookalike audiences, that actually helped them overall in their actual sale numbers. Okay, so here the brand has come back and said, look, eventually we saw the uplift in sales, which to me is the music that we really want to hear, right? So I think that's where 4C target sets are used. We need 4 to 5 days at least minimum for us to do the research. We always have a huge pileup of this request because it's very, very popular. My largest client for this being Kim and her team. So please, anytime you need this, think it through, let us know well in advance and we'll create it for you.
Okay, so just so that I repeat, the 4C target set would be an aggregate of 4C affinities?
It is an aggregate built on online behavior of people, of which 4C affinities definitely is used in the overall process. Yes. Yeah, so you can call it a basket of affinities, loosely, Kim. Yeah.
Okay, so it's basically, let's say the Korea team want to target a persona.
Yeah.
So I guess it's about what would be the main difference in terms of the actual audience between 4C affinities and target sets.
So I think, yeah, I would use 4C affinities for all my, quick tactical campaign work. Once you are very, very clear of a certain persona type, like Kim, in your case, you mentioned that you want to go after C-level people deeply engaged with, say, technology, or when you have a very, very clear descriptor like that, please let us know, and that's where we'll create these target sets. What it does is, because we've taken the pain of putting these together, testing and keeping them ready, from the team's point of view, it simply becomes a line item to run activation against Kim. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense now. Thank you.
If you look at the descriptors, like Australia IT decision makers, Australia C-level, Malaysia hair care, small business and startups, this type of descriptors. So when you have a very clear persona, let us know, and then we will put those target sets for you and create them.
Okay, perfect, thank you. And the target set, not the 4C target set, but just the target set?
Yeah. So target sets are simply, for example, let's say when you all are running a campaign, and maybe you've used some affinity targeting, which has worked well for you, and you want to save this target set at your organization level so other people are aware of it, they know about it, and can use it. You then can save these target sets within your own organization, and they can be used by other members in the team. So that also helps when somebody's on leave. As long as they've saved these target sets, and then you can always use them, Kim. That's where 4C also helps you in knowledge management, knowledge retention. That really worked well for us. We've saved that target set, reapply it, that type of functionality, which is just not available with native tools, right?
So it's kind of just saving your 4C target set into
like a shared space that you can activate against.
Okay, and would that not be something that we would want to do all the time anyway? So if we were to have or to build a 4C target set, then by default, this 4C target set should be in the target set. You see what I mean?
Yeah. So when we are doing target sets for you, we are uploading it into this area for you. Yeah. So those target sets are not available to the whole world. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the target sets is just available to everyone.
The 4C target sets, the blue tab that's highlighted, that's like a publicly available list, because we are constantly developing these. Like, for example, for Diwali or for Christmas this year, probably not. But for Chinese New Year, we'll develop a Chinese New Year target set, right?
Okay.
So that's something that we'll build for everybody to consume. But stuff that we built for you specifically, we've actually parked within your organization.
So it will be under here in this target set option.
Yeah. Okay, so it would be So 4C target set is just available for everyone, and the team can just browse and see what they want. But the target set where you are right now, that would be blank for them, because we haven't built anything.
No, we have.
So everything that we built for your team is actually residing in these target
sets.
Okay.
They're not publicly available. Yeah.
Okay. But not publicly available. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. I think that's all, guys.
Thanks, Kim.
Thank you.
Thank you, Korea team.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very nice to meet you virtually, and we look forward to working with you. Wish you every success in your campaign.
Bye.
And Tarun and Nish, I'm gonna send you the follow-up emails just so that we can get the documents, and also Hannah will follow up with everything so that we're set up for success and that we can run the first global TV sync campaign.
Awesome, guys. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. See you. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.